perfect day to be sitting in the park today, Jay, but nothing on the storm tracker about any of that rain some people need.
Well, no, we hopefully will start to be able to use the storm tracker again tomorrow to start to look for it, but it's probably still a couple of days away before we really have some showers start to move into our area. Certainly nothing significant like they have had down to that Oklahoma area, but we are looking for a little bit of rain. Let's see if we can see it on the 5-day forecast. But first of all, let's go back with our weather camera. Bruce was out this afternoon, ran across Debbie in through Victoria Park, having lunch, doing a little bit of writing out there. Just a great day to be sitting out in the sun and enjoying what seems to be like July weather right at the 1st of May. 24 degrees the current temperature, the wind out of the south-southeast to 14 kilometers an hour, and our relative humidity way down there at 23%. Our barometer also falling, 101.4 kilopascals. 24 is the high temperature, not quite a record, although some areas further to the north were setting some record high temperatures today. And even our low temperature last night of 9 degrees, that too, well above what we typically see at this time of the year. Let's put it together on the national map and go first of all to Atlantic Canada. We do have a low pressure system. It's been hanging around for several days out there. As you can see, still has a little bit of cloud pushing up towards the Halifax area, cooler air further to the north. Clear skies across our region. Here's the system that is to our southwest that has been developing all those heavy thunderstorms and tornadoes across the Canadian prairies. That is fairly gentle in the eastern part. And as we get further to the west, they've been picking up a few showers through Regina and into the Calgary area. Cloud further to the west. That's the system that extends all the way really from Manitoba right on down to Texas. But the high pressure ridge is really continuing to dominate quite significantly. So we are expecting to see this push over ever so slowly. Eventually the cloud comes in, but not overnight tonight. We're putting in our sunset, of course, at 8:29. Look for a southeasterly wind about 15 kilometers an hour. Hardly any chance of precipitation as once again we take the overnight lows down around 10 degrees to the London area, a little lower than that further to the north, and probably 11 in through Sarnia. Sunrise 6:21 and sets at 8:37. The wind fairly light through the morning hours, but as we get into the afternoon and as that system does come a little bit closer, we start to pick up the wind in through the afternoon and we take it up to about 40 kilometers an hour. As far as the 5-day forecast is concerned, we will be looking for, as we head into Thursday then, some showers starting to roll around. Now initially we can keep the probability down to about 40 to 50%, and then as we head into Friday up as high as 70%, and then as we go to Saturday about 60%. So those are just showers that are coming through. It's not going to be continuous rain, and then that starts to clear out. So I think that by Sunday afternoon, let's just call it a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 20 degrees.
So it's not really the answer people are looking for in the rain department, really?
Not at this point. I'm not looking for heavy rains with any of this, nor is it a persistent period of rain. But at least it's something anyways.
That's true. We should be happy for what we get.
You're right.
Kate.
It's time for entertainment, and Canada didn't go unnoticed at the Tony Award nominations. Brent Carver is nominated,
It was
which is
nice to see Brent
yeah.
nominated because he's from Southern Ontario. He won a few years ago for Kiss of the Spider Woman. A live-end production, definitely a bittersweet night for them. The Best of Broadway could be the last of live-end. The troubled Toronto company is up for 17 nominations, and its former head, Garth Drabinsky, issued a statement today that he's proud and wished he could have been in New York for the nominations. However, Drabinsky is not allowed to cross the border. He and his partner Myron Gottlieb are wanted on criminal charges in the U.S. Well, Live-End's two shows, Fosse and Parade, are top of the Tony list. Parade, a musical about a 1913 murder, led the way with 9 nominations. It competes with Live-End's Fosse, a celebration of Bob Fosse's choreography, and Nothing But the Blues, a history of the blues. Nominees for Best Actor include Martin Short for 7 different characters in the revival of Little Me, former Londoner Brent Carver in Parade, and the star of Annie Get Your Gun, Bernadette Peters, is up for Best Actress in a musical. Dame Judi Dench, who won an Oscar for Shakespeare in Love, is up for Best Actress for Amy's View, against Stockard Channing for The Lion in Winter.
Just quit lying about yourselves and kidding yourselves about tomorrows.
Oscar winner Kevin Spacey is nominated for Best Actor in a Play for The Iceman Cometh, against Brian Dennehy, considered to be a shoo-in for Death of a Salesman.
To have this play receive 6 Tony nominations 50 years after it was written is wonderful.
Brian Dennehy, I wonder if he's as good as Al Waxman was in Death of a Salesman at the Stratford Festival a couple of years back. Well, you can just call Timmins native Shania Twain the Diamond Diva. Her third album, Come On Over, just reached diamond status in the U.S., which is the Recording Industry Association of America's new designation for albums that sell 10 million copies. And it will be at least 1 week before a decision on a Canada Day concert by Twain in Timmins is reached. Apparently, there are huge logistic problems to solve, but we'll be sure to let you know as soon as it's announced. Well, in the past couple of weeks, we've dropped in on Blood Brothers, Beauty and the Beast, Annie Jr., and The Music Man, all annual school productions in London, all of them great. Well, we headed north for this one to F.E. Medill Secondary School in Wingham. Danny, Sandy, Rizzo, and the gang come to life in the musical that opens tomorrow.
Oh, with the 4 feet on the floor, they'll be waiting at the door. You know without a doubt, I'll be really making out Grace alive.
Go get it. It was so nice to come. There's a lot of sayings and stuff in the play that we weren't really comfortable with at the beginning because they're from the 50s and we think they're pretty stupid nowadays. But so it took a while to get comfortable acting and saying them like you'd actually say them.
This chick's getting to be a real nerd.
Hardly often, though. Yeah, she can't help it if she ain't been around.
So I hope you get a chance to take in Grease and Wingham. Well, the Big Apple's planning on taking a big bite out of the movie business. Hollywood heavyweights, including Robert De Niro, attended a media conference yesterday, announcing plans to transform a Navy Yard in Brooklyn into a major studio facility.
Watch your step, please. I could be wrong a little bit here and there, but, I don't have all the nuts and bolts answers, but I'm trying. I believe that this will really, really be great.
De Niro's film company, Tribeca Productions, signed a letter of intent to build the studio at an estimated cost of $150 million U.S. When completed, it will be one of the largest movie-making facilities outside of Hollywood.
Sometimes we do make a Shakespeare in Love, and you need to shoot that in England. You know what I mean? But I will listen to the mayor, and if we make the sequel, it will be Shakespeare in New York.
I remember the days when Francis Ford Coppola had Zoetrope in Hollywood. Maybe this is another Zoetrope in New York. I hope it flies.
I hope Robert De Niro doesn't get out of acting, though.
Oh, me too. But I'll bet you this really works, especially with old Miramax behind us.
Yeah, they're hot right now. Thank you, Janice. George?
Well, what does the future hold for young men in our society? Ross Daly tries to answer that question tonight.
If it's bothering you, it might be bothering Ross. Here's Daly's Point with Ross Daly.
In 1996, The Economist magazine in Britain published an editorial expressing concern about the future of men, especially younger, uneducated men. The thesis was that as women gain confidence, skills, and presence in our society, the significance of males pales by comparison. Or as feminist author Gloria Steinem puts it, speaking about the United States, the majority of the country now agrees that women can do what men can do. It remains now for the next century to show that men can do what women can do. I believe there's something to this, and new information released this week adds support. 3 Canadian academics have looked at the issue of young people dropping out of the job market during the 1990s and staying in school instead. For men, a main motivation for staying in school was simply the lack of job possibilities. School was a place to be in the meantime. For women, the motivation was to gain an education, to enhance their future prospects. As the job market picks up, in general, young men will go for the jobs now, while young women will educate themselves for the better jobs later. When I was in university, one of my friends failed out. He moved to the local community college saying cheerfully, "I'm no fool, I'll stay in school." And I remember that comment because it speaks volumes about attitude. University did not suit him, but he knew he had to have more than high school to succeed. He was right then, and it's all the more true now. We need to bring today's young men to drop whatever it is that sends them to work uneducated. Impatience to get on with it, dislike of schooling, the need for money, for self-esteem, lack of understanding of the trade-offs involved. If we don't, we condemn some of our own sons to live lives of low expectation and financial struggle and deprive ourselves of their potential. I'm Ross Daly.
We welcome your comments. Write or email us at this address.